Coming up on State of Events, finally a suspect in the Stockton serial killer spree.
And how a suicide bomb led to the death of 4 civilians in Ukraine.
State of Event starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome to State of Events. I'm Sophia Villalba.
And I'm Erykah Rodriguez.
The city of Stockton has been on edge with 6 murders and at the hands of a serial killer. Reporter Elias Choquel has an update on the latest break in the case.
Right, Sophia, haunted by a serial killer on the streets of Stockton. The community was able to breathe after an announcement made last Saturday.
Living in a reign of terror, the community of Stockton got the news they've been waiting for about the so-called shadow stalker. After releasing details and this surveillance, the community jumped to action. The police announced in a press conference on Saturday the man behind the gun is Wesley Brownlee, 43, of Stockton. Police say the suspect was caught here on Winslow Way and Village Green Drive around 2 a.m., wearing dark clothing and a mask around his neck and a firearm in his wristband, on a mission to kill again.
This happened in 2 parts. One was community tips, and the second was good old-fashioned police work. We are sure we stopped another kill.
The community was given its praise.
Not have been done, and today would not be made possible without you. Stockton remains Stockton strong.
A Facebook group created to help find this killer grew into the thousands. The creator, who wants to remain anonymous, says she received numerous tips that she would pass to the police.
And having this kind of resource, being able to provide their real-time input on a crime that's, in many cases leaving people in a paralyzed state of fear.
A grassroots media outlet based in Stockton released an interview of the only victim who managed to escape.
There are segments of the community who feel more comfortable with us, including the survivor, Natasha Latour. She reached out to us. That's how we got in contact with her.
People in the community are able to find closure after adjusting their night routines.
The Stockton serial killer affected my family weird because my tío normally goes on walks around nighttime, and he was telling me that most people are always around 9:30ish, and he's like, no one was outside, and even he got a little scared.
Stockton residents have been on the edge, but not anymore.
I really felt free, free in my community, free for others. People could live in less fear.
In Stockton with State of Events, Elias Choquel.
You've been following this case, Aaliyah. What can you tell us about your reaction to the arrest?
Yes, as a Stockton native myself, I can tell you this released some weight off of our shoulders in Stockton, and they noticed that if they came together, they can do great things.
Thank you, Aaliyah.
Thank you, Sophia.
Waves of suicide drones struck Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, on Monday, setting buildings ablaze, steering a hole in one of them, and sending people running for their lives. The president of Ukraine said that the attack is Russia's attempt to terrorize civilians. The drones are the second hit as many weeks after months in which air attacks are rare in central Kyiv. Authorities said energy facilities were struck and a drone collapsed on a residential building, killing 4 people.
A viral TikTok challenge made several middle school students in Minnesota sick on Thursday. The One Chip Challenge involves eating a tortilla chip made with extremely hot peppers from the brand Packy. Several students doing the challenge at Southview Middle School in Edina reported eye pain and difficulty breathing. An ambulance was called, but no one was seriously injured.
A married couple is okay after making an emergency landing in Dallas neighborhood Saturday. Authorities reported that the pilot had engine problems about 2 miles from the airport where it was headed. The plane ended up hitting some power lines and a road sign before landing on a highway. No vehicles were hit and traffic was delayed until the plane was clear off the highway.
Coming up after the break, why residents are fleeing San Francisco.
And how you can eliminate student debt, so stick around.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
Welcome back to State of Event. San Francisco is facing historic change. Sophia Villalba has the story.
That's right. San Francisco is in an unprecedented housing crisis. So I decided to hit the ground to see what information could be found. San Francisco, a beloved city known for its iconic history and modern tech boom. But what are residents actually experiencing on the ground? Dirty streets, drug issues, and homelessness are all things residents may consider when packing their bags. But there's one major concern that plagues residents the most: the price. The cost of living here is simply too high.
I don't know much about the situation, but I did have a roommate leave because she couldn't afford it living here anymore. That was really the main reason for her leaving.
New numbers from the Census Bureau indicate that 55,000 people moved out of San Francisco in a single year during the pandemic. That's more than 6% of the city's population, a record high number.
I thought about leaving the city during pandemic because I missed my family. I'm originally from Seoul, Korea, so I was thinking about going back to my country. As an artist, I don't have any regular income, so if I get some support, rent or art materials or food by the city will be very helpful.
While on location, I spotted an organized protest of local workers with signs that read, "One job should be enough." It's apparent that some locals are unhappy with the current situation, but some are planning to stay.
It's a top 10 city in the world. It's a beautiful city. It's got problems, like all cities have problems, but it's a beautiful, wonderful, open-minded city.
As San Francisco's mass exodus continues, there are still more questions than answers. We reached out to San Francisco's City Hall for a response, but have not received a statement yet. In San Francisco, Sophia Villalba, State of Events.
So, Sophia, do you think anything will be done to prevent people from leaving the city?
Well, Erykah, I got into contact with the city administrator, but she was unable to give me the details of a plan to combat the issue at this time. Many residents I talked to expressed their need for financial support or perhaps even rent control. So we will have to wait and see if the city makes any initiatives in the near future to keep residents at home.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you, Erykah.
President Joe Biden on Monday officially kicked off the application process for his student debt cancellation program, opening the door for millions of Americans to apply for up to $20,000 in forgiveness. Those interested can go to studentaid.gov, and in the section on student loan debt relief, click Apply Now. Applicants must also review the eligibility rules. After the form is submitted, the Biden administration says it should take 4 to 6 weeks to process.
More evidence that it's getting harder for the American worker to keep up with the cost of living as prices rise for nearly everything. So what can you do if your expenses are outpacing your salary in today's consumer? Watch experts weigh in how to adjust and survive crushing inflation erodes people's paychecks. Jen Sullivan has the report.
Historic inflation, soaring borrowing costs, and stagnant wages. New evidence that American workers struggle to make ends meet.
I mean, how much more can people spend? I think the rubber is about to hit the road there.
A new survey sponsored by Bank of America found that nearly 3 in 4 American workers surveyed said the cost of living is outpacing their salary and wages. The data also found that half of employees said that they have to take action to deal with the economic strain. And experts say adjusting your lifestyle is a key first step.
Do you really need a new car? Do you really need extra subscriptions? A recession is the opportunity to look between where we spend our money and what we value and bring them into alignment.
Among the group taking action, 21% are tapping into emergency savings to pay for bills, while 6% are dipping into their 401k and making a hardship withdrawal, and 20% are looking for a higher paying job. The data paints a dire picture of workers under significant financial pressure as crushing inflation erodes paychecks.
There's a lot of people who are just realizing that paycheck to paycheck life is more and more of kind of the default that a lot of us are experiencing because of the fact that prices continue to outpace our wages.
Latina money coach Janice Torres says that's pushing some to make major career moves.
I'm talking to a lot of people who are thinking about how to diversify their income, either through gig work or starting their own business or even multiple jobs.
She recommends turning your creative skills into a side hustle or turning your professional skills into a consulting business and sell directly to customers.
They can take the middleman out, which is corporate America, and just go straight to the consumer, offer their services at a higher price.
For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
For students here at SF State, parking has become a nightmare around campus, while considering risking getting tickets to make it to class. Erykah Rodriguez has the story.
Students at San Francisco State are starting to complain about parking and the prices on campus. While some students risk and park on the 2-hour parking while they have class all day, others arrive hours early to take advantage of the free parking for the first 4 hours. The cost of parking at the school, according to 16 students, it's a little expensive. Parking spaces cost $6.25 for 2 hours, $10 for the day, $20 for 2-day parking pass, or $500 for a semester-long ticket permit pass, according to the SF State parking website.
I wish that they did like parking, for 2 classes, like for 4 hours, like they went by the hours and not just like for a full day. So like, I think it's okay, but I think it could be better. Like if they went like maybe instead of just 2 hours to a whole day, like they did like a 4-hour one, because I have 2 classes only, and then I have to pay for a full day, which is like $10, and like maybe like in between like $8 or something like that.
Despite our best efforts, we weren't unable to get in touch with SF State Parking and Transportation. But according to Extras Magazine, who spoke with the Director of Operations and Finance, stated that parking facilities are an additional system between the university's budget, meaning it receives no outside funding from students' tuition or the state government. What funding they get comes from their daily passes, permits, and citations.
It's really expensive, but generally so is just driving. So it's kind of rough because public transport, if I were to take it, it would take me like an hour and a half versus driving takes me 15 minutes. And, maybe if it were available to students with lower income more easily, that would be a better deal.
Some people may ask, why not take public transportation? Well, some students prefer driving because it takes them an hour to get to school from where they live. But taking public transportation might take them 2 to 3 hours. That's why some of them prefer to drive. For State of Events, I'm Erykah Rodriguez.
Erykah, I do have to agree with the student who doesn't pay for parking because I myself park in a 2-hour zone when I have a 4-hour class and I have yet to get a ticket.
I'm here 5 days a week, paying $10 every time. That's $50 a week. Imagine for the whole semester. It's insane.
And the taxes too. Crazy.
Coming up after the break, join the friends, experience, and relive the Central Perk coffee.
And dive into a book and get lost in the annual Filipino Book Festival. So stick around.
Many medicines used to treat colds and flu contain acetaminophen, a pain reliever and fever reducer found in hundreds of over-the-counter and prescription medicines. But taking too much or more than one medication containing acetaminophen per day can damage your liver. So always read the label and don't take acetaminophen if you drink 3 or more alcoholic drinks every day. To learn more, visit fda.gov/OTC pain info. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Food and Drug Administration.
Welcome back to State of Events. Those who couldn't get enough of the Friends sitcom are able to relive the days when Ross and Rachel were on a break. The Friends experience is now open in the heart of downtown San Francisco. The interactive attraction includes set recreations, original costumes, and a merchandise shop. The exhibit allows for people to pose on the iconic orange couch, get a coffee at Central Park, or even relax in Joey and Chandler's comfy chairs. Tickets will be available at thefriendsexperience.com and last until this December.
Bay Area literature fans had something to celebrate over the past weekend. The 6th Filipino-American International Book Festival took place at the main San Francisco Public Library last weekend. Over 40 Filipino authors and artists from around the world came together to showcase their literary works. The event included youth programs with family activities. The festival aims to celebrate those who have dreamed, imagined, and written about the Filipino experience.
Are you a chocolate lover? Well, today is National Chocolate Cupcake Day. In the 19th century, most cupcakes were either vanilla or chocolate. The small cakes have since evolved, and you can get just about any flavor of cupcake now. We're celebrating chocolate cupcakes today, but you can switch to vanilla on November 10th for National Vanilla Cupcake Day, and other flavors on November 15th for National Cupcake Day. Well, Erykah, my favorite cupcake flavor is chocolate because I love all things chocolate.
My favorite is vanilla, but my favorite part is the frosting.
Ooh, you see,
so good.
I don't like frosting, but a lot of people do.
Interesting. That's all we have for you this time. Thanks for joining us.
And don't forget to subscribe to our State of Events YouTube channel.
For State of Events, I'm Erykah Rodriguez.
And I'm Sophia Villalba. Have a great day.